Hey everyone, welcome in this new video. You probably saw the title, Top 5 Things That Don't Make Sense About battlebay. Now, personally, I also have some of my announcements to make. The first announcement here is that I will not be active probably during the weekend. Now, I'm not too sure about that because if everything falls together on Friday, that will make good. So you can't expect me to upload during Friday purely because I will shop with my mother for clothing and all these other things. Because, yeah, I'm soon going on vacation on Spain together with my younger brother. And it's just going to be very cool. Okay, it will be the first time I will just fly out to a different country, completely alone together with him. No family, no friends whatsoever, just us two having quality time. And yeah, it's not that I'm just like angry about this, right? It's not that I'm creeping out. I'm just chill about that. Sure, I do kind of feel that fear a little bit, but it's fine. I mean, everything's got to be your first time, right? Anyway, here we go. So, the other announcement that I have is that I can craft a tier 3 epic railgun. And if I get another one, I will be able to make it tier 4. If you know anything about me, I am always hyped when I get a tier 4 item, purely because it has 4 perk slots. It is extremely powerful. And yeah, I'll just get to be a devastating fixer. I will just use my railgun, take out the enemies, and yeah, obliterate. Anyways, here we go. Top 5 things that don't make sense in battlebay. Number 5. How come explosive cannon protects the shot against an explosive cannon? Meanwhile, the explosive cannon can shoot through walls. Can anyone here in the comment section try to somehow explain why it is that way? Because I personally think that this makes no sense, because on the other hand, it also then does not make sense that mortars still deal damage to the Guardian. I still think then that the shield should protect itself against the freaking explosion. And I know some people are not gonna like that when I say something like that, but that is just the way it is. It really does not make a whole lot of sense. And that is just the way I think here. That is just how bad my logical orientation is. If it already is that bad, you know exactly what I'm pointing to. It causes me to overthink a little bit too much, okay? So yeah, anyway, that's just my thinking pattern. You don't really need to know that, but I just explained that to you because I know that many of you are just like me sometimes. Anyway, here we go. Number 4. Personally, the health system. And the reason I named the health system here is because the health system is basically maybe even the matchmaking's problem and the game balance problem as well. And some of you may ask, Marine, why? I have taken a look towards the battlebay health of the ships. And you know what I saw? I saw that Fixer had more HP than Interceptor. Does that make sense? No, it does not. I think that Reaper and Fixer should have the second lowest health in the game. and not freaking Reaper and Interceptor, because these two ships should be able to have a little bit less health or more health. I think that Reaper needs more health than the Fixer, and I think that Interceptor should get more health than the Reaper and Fixer. But below the shooter, of course, to balance it out, because I mean you can't give Interceptor insane health pool. That is not gonna go well. So it will need to get very much balanced. It doesn't necessarily need a health buff, but I will say that the Fixer and the Reaper will need to have less health, because it does not really make a whole lot of sense. Because I mean, look at this. It's gonna take time to load in. Okay, right? My Fixer has about 7,000 health. Meanwhile, my Interceptor has 5.6k health. I don't think that should be the way. Okay, I don't think that should be the way. Okay, that's just my way of thinking. So Reaper should get more health than Fixer. Fixer should get lower health, not as low as Speeder. We don't want it to be as fragile as possible, but we want it to be pretty fragile. I think that the green ships should definitely withstand a little bit more damage than the yellow ships, but that they will be just as hard to play because they are fragile. Plus, you can't really dodge anything, but you have the advantage of healing, so hey, it's totally balanced. Then we go to number 3. The Gold Wars pay-to-win system. I cannot stress enough when I see this. You go to the golds, you go to the boosts, and you see that people buy these things purely to win. Is this fair? No, it's not, because it's making it pay to win. And above all of that, I will also soon enough name a few special mentions under this video. I think that this should be deleted purely because it's being a big nuisance to the community. It's making people pay real money for this to win the game, and that's not how it's supposed to be going. I think that it should be a free-to-play game, and above all of that, how cool would it be to have the strongest guilds competing against each other without boosts, and seeing them struggle with the pain that it takes to get these guild quests done. And I'm not saying that battlebay should do this immediately. I also think that they need to lower some of the things that you need to get done. So like easy quests should stay the way they are because they are easy. Normal should get a little bit adjusted. Hard should get a little bit adjusted, so that everything will be balanced and everyone can just kind of complete the entire guild quest system. And that it is not completely, utterly impossible. Okay. So that's just my way of thinking. That was just my number 3. On number 2, we basically have this issue. You play a match in event, and a shooter deals, let's say, 40,000 damage. The Fixer heals 60,000. A shooter with terrible gear, but did a reasonable amount of damage, did 30,000 damage, and the rest just did not do a good job. You know what happens to that 60,000 shooter damage thingy or 40,000 shooter damage thingy? That person gets about 8 to 7 coins, and the person with the bad gear gets 10 coins. The fixer can kiss my ass, and he will just get 5 coins. This needs to stop. Okay, this needs to stop immediately. When you are carrying as a fixer, you should get instantly 10 coins. Okay, if the fixer does all the work and all the lifting, it should get 10 coins. No questions asked. But what makes me even more furious is the top DPS. The top DPS, I think, should always get 10 coins. I don't care who you are or what you stand for. You can't block this attack. It should get always 10 coins, even if it makes a mistake. Because it has the right idea in their heart, and dealing damage to opponents is important. So yeah, right? That's the main reason why I think that way. And number one, guys, the number one thing that makes absolutely no sense is that battlebay keeps adding skins, but no real bug fixes, nor matchmaking fixes. And the main reason why I say that is because while many of the updates were good, and many of the things have changed, the problem right now is that people rank too quickly. And what happens then is you get these low-level players, like level 10 players, in your lobbies at Master League. Now, that is a real disadvantage because you're with ships that are like level 35. And this is also the reason why I don't play customs when there are other high-level players. It will just be a battle between the high-level players because, yeah, it just is, okay? Really bad. Doesn't even make sense, to be honest. And now we are going to make a few special mentions here. Special mention number one is not updating, not upgrading or buffing the underrated items. That is special mention number one. Special mention number two is the premium offers. You always get these good offers at the beginning of the game, but not at the end of the game or in the middle of the game. And that is kind of bad because, I mean, we don't really have a good, legitimate deposit for our pearls. So we just hang around with them, do that bullshit with it, remove our perks with it, just like I did to my sniper cannon. You can see that it doesn't have 2 freaking legendary perks anymore. I removed one of them purely because I thought a sniper cannon is supposed to have crit chance, okay? Crit chance is the best. And special mention number 3. I don't know what special mention number 3 is. Special mention number 3 has to do with capture the flag. When you're about to deliver the flag, guess what? A stupid speeder takes away your freaking flag and you cannot capture it anymore. How can you not capture it anymore? I think that there should be a separated drop-off even then. Purely to distract the enemy. So that they can stop you, right? They have the ability to stop you or to take away the other flag from the other person. So like people will have to choose between escorting or defending their own flag. I think that could actually be a very good idea to make the game even more complex but fun to play. And it's not even that difficult. Mines will be pretty overpowered, to be honest, but that does not really make a whole lot of sense because, I mean, there are plenty of ways to get around that, right? So it's gonna be fine. That would actually be a good update. And these are just ideas, Okay, these are just my ideas. I'm just creative about that. But as usual, I am creative, but the problem is the outcome is always pretty bad. Okay? The perceiving is just wrong. Anyways, guys, that was my video for today, and I'm gonna take a rest right now. I'm just gonna listen to some music and stuff like that. If you want to know what kind of music I listen to, um, yeah, that's fine. I can blast some of my music for 30 minutes on a specific type of video, and yeah, that's just my way of thinking, and yeah. But just let me know if you're interested in that. I really don't know that yet. That's just my way of thinking. That's just my way of doing things. And I'm just gonna take some sort of run. So see you.